Alrighty, we're looking at buying shares now, because if you want to get into share investment, at some stage you actually have to buy some shares. And there are three parts in buying that you need to know about, and three parts in selling, and they're exactly the same in each one, which is pretty good. It makes it very easy to kind of follow what you need to do. So let's have a bit of a look here. We've got three things. We've got a thing called the consideration, and this is the money spent on your shares. Okay, so it's just how much you pay to buy your shares, or you get when you sell them. Okay, so if you've got 100 shares at $2 each, your consideration is going to be 200. Okay, so very simple. Your brokerage is a fee that goes to the broker. Okay, so you actually go through a broker to actually buy your shares, and they charge you a fee for their service. Now they're certified by the Australian Stock Exchange, and so therefore they can actually do that. So you're actually paying for their expertise. If you want advice from them, you can pay for that as well, but the fee would be a bit harder, and it can either be a percentage of the price of your consideration, or it can be a flat fee. Okay, and they do different things depending on what they're buying and selling for you on your behalf. Okay, and then there's GST, which goes as a charge to the government, and that's 10%. Okay, so that's how it works. You work out your consideration, your brokerage, and your GST. And depending on whether you're buying or selling is whether you add or take those away. Let's have a look at a couple of examples, and then I think you'll understand how it goes. So our first one here, you want to buy 5,000 ATT shares, and they're trading at $2.30. And you've got brokerage at 2.5% and a GST of 10%. How much is it going to cost you to buy them? Okay, so let's just go through the process of how this works. We go 5,000 times $2.30 gives you $11,500. So that's your consideration. Then this number comes into here, because your brokerage is worked out on your consideration. So you find 2.5% of that, and it's $287.50. Now your GST is calculated on your brokerage, because that's the service you've got. Brokerage GST is goods and services tax. Brokerage is a service. So therefore, $287.50 goes in here, and then ends up being $28.75. Okay. Now these are all added together, because these are, when you're buying, your fees and charges are added on. Okay. So what you'll pay to get those shares is $1,816.25. Okay, so that's how much it costs. So your shares are only worth, oh dear, your shares are really only worth $11,500, but you pay $11,800 because that's the fees and charges. So when you sell them, you want to get at least $11,816, otherwise you're not making any money. All right, let's have a look at if your broker has a flat fee. Okay, remember we talked about the broker might have a flat fee? Same kind of question. You're buying some shares, 7,200 shares here. They're trading at $6.30. There's a flat fee of $45 in the brokerage, and there's a GST of 10%. Same deal. You work out your consideration by going the number of shares you've got times by the price, which gives you $45,360. Your brokerage here is 45. So that comes straight across to here. So it's $4.50. This is probably a bit of an unrealistic kind of example, but you can kind of see how it works. And then once again, because you're buying them, you add all those into there together, and you'll get a grand total of $45,409 and a grand total of 50 cents at the end there to buy those shares. Okay, so once again, when you sell them, you want it at least to be above that. Okay, so that's the two different methods. Remembering your considerations, the number of shares you've got times by the price. Your brokerage is a fee that's charged to you, and your GST is tax on that service. Cool.